Thank you, Dr. Jerd. I just don't know what to say. I want to thank Arlington, the students at Arlington, Brooke and Sarah and Aubrey and everybody who worked so hard to put this together. And I want to thank my grandmother, Jo Riddick, and remember her at this time. Without her, neither Dad nor I would be musicians, and she was a huge influence on Dad's life and mine, and she still is. And my first memories of music were as a child listening to choral tapes with my dad. When I come home from school, I'd be about 10 years old, and he would be playing the class recording tapes that day and critiquing them, and I started critiquing the tapes with him about, 10 or 11 years old, and while other people would be out playing football or something, I'd be taking the tapes out of his briefcase and listening to them, because I love choral music so much, and that love for music just grew and grew as I went through high school and sang under my dad, and then went to college and sang under Dr. Jordan, and I guess some things y'all don't know about Dad. I thought of some funny things. Let's see. He was kind of known as the crazy guy in high school, the wild, which I think people have trouble believing now. But he and Mom have been talking about Mother. They were childhood friends, and you could say childhood sweethearts, but they didn't start dating until they were in their teens. And the way that happened was, Mom was walking home, and should I tell you? and Dad drove by in his car. He was about 17, she was about 16, and he said, "You want to ride?" Said, "You want to ride home?" And she said, "Sure." And of course, they've known each other. "Don't try this." And so when they got to her house, he didn't stop. And she had I think a date for that evening or for the next evening, and he said, "Well, I'll take you home when you drop that date and let me take you." Don't try that. He did take her home. But I think she agreed before the music. Dad played in rock bands and jazz bands from the time he was in high school, and he played in one rock band that went all over the country in college, called the Horse Feathers. And let's see, I had a speech written down, but I decided just to go from heart. But the two things that I think that we all drew from Dad, the two aspects of his character, are one, just his perfectionism and drive and unwillingness to stop until something is done right. And that's a rare thing. That's a very rare thing. When things get tough is when Dad gets interested. And he has this perfectionism about him. And at first, it takes a while for that to be instilled, but once it is, it starts off every student wanting to please Dad, but then they learn that by pleasing him, they please themselves. And I learned that from you. And also, the other thing is he is the man of most integrity that I've ever met in my life. And I've never met a more honest person and a better person. And I think we all are just really in debt to you. And I know I am as your son, and I love you. And I hope you have a great retirement. But I guess there's so many of us that wanted to be here and wanted to say something to you, and I'm just so glad that so many people can make it. We never expected this number of people. It's just amazing. Thank you all so much for coming and honoring my dad tonight.